Okay, hello. So I wanted to give some kind of tough love today. Just because I've been speaking to a few of you guys, also a few people just on the phone, like people who are thinking about joining the program, maybe people who have joined the program or haven't joined the program. Um, because this time of year, as it gets to the end, like as it gets to like December, the next couple of um, the last couple of months, what we find is people tend to drop off. Okay, people will start to put it off until January, and you start hearing things like, like this isn't for me. Like I can't do this. Like I find this too hard, so I'm just going to run away. I'm just going to hide from it, and I'm just going to kind of let things get worse. Okay, and if you've been in this program for a while, even if you're new to this program, you know that consistent change or sustainable change needs you to face challenges head on and overcome them. Okay, we can't keep putting like bandages on, covers on these problems, and hope they go away because they won't. All right, we need to start changing these things, changing these habits from the root. To make sure that those changes are sustainable, okay, and we actually start changing our behaviors rather than just doing something for a little bit until you like hate it and you can't do it anymore, and then you come away from it and then you go backwards. Okay, what that means is we need to start acting like the person that we want to be. So if you imagine yourself right now 5 years from now, okay, who is that person? What do they look like? How do they feel? How do they show up for themselves? How do they show up for other people? That person will make decisions in a certain way, and we need to start making those decisions from today. We can't put it off. We can't say, "Oh, I'm going to start doing those things when I become that person," because if you do that, you're never going to do that. You're never going to get to them. Okay? What we want to do is pinpoint what they do, pinpoint the actions that those people take, that version of you takes on a day-to-day basis, and start doing that today. Because you are what you do. That is essentially it. You're exactly where you're at because of the actions you've put in and the actions you've taken. That is your situation right now. That's your current situation because of all the actions you've taken leading up to this point. If you're on this program, it means you've taken accountability, you've taken ownership of that, and you're like, right, I'm ready to change. Now I need to start changing the way I do things, changing the actions that I put in. And this is what this call is all about. Okay. So a little bit of tough love today. I need it from my coach a lot. I get it a lot from my coach. And I've got it a lot over the past couple of years as well. But it's sometimes it's needed. I know it comes from a place of love, it comes from a place of support. Everyone has it at every single level. Okay. So let's dive in. This call, it's not about hacks. There's no hype to this. Like I said, it's not just bandages. We're not covering over problems. These are long-term solutions, which means it's not going to just happen overnight. Like I said, I'm not someone that says that this is going to be really, really easy. It's not. It is hard. That's why most people aren't where they want to be. That's why most people have big aspirations, big goals, and never get there because it is really, really tough to actually get there and to put in the work and to do the things that it takes. All right. This call is just about the mindset that actually builds consistency that will actually get you to where you want to be. Okay. Because you can listen to, fitness influencers, you can listen to stuff on Instagram, you can listen to like hype podcasts, all that sort of stuff that just tell you like this is a thing you need to do. And then it changes next week. It's different. This is like fad diets, things come and go. Okay. If they come and go, what does that tell you? It's not consistent, which means it not doesn't work. Consistency is the only thing that builds results. Sometimes, like if you look at it in one way, it's good because it's very simple what you need to be doing. You need to be, lifting weights, going to the gym regularly. You need to be eating in a deficit. You need to have that mindset of just showing up no matter what and just getting it done. But then also, if you look at it from the other way, it does get quite boring. So you do need to do the boring stuff. Okay, these fitness influencers things do very, very well because they're quite flashy, they're shiny. They're like, oh wow, like let's try something different. Like that must be the answer because it's different. It's something I've never tried before, and it's just a hype. It's just another bandage, all right? And this call isn't about that. So consistency, like I said, it's the key to sustainable success, and it's the key to where you want to be. Okay, so most people are only consistent when it's convenient, right? Um, this is why so many people fall off after January. This is why so many people start things and then come off it a couple of months down the line. And if you're new to this, if you're new to this program, we've had quite a lot of people join in the last couple of months. You will feel this in the next, like depending on when you've joined, in the next couple of weeks or maybe months. You will feel that drop. of motivation. It's normal. It always happens, and everyone feels it every single year. Motivation goes up and down. If we just relied on motivation, we'd stop, we'd start, we'd stop, we'd start, we'd go up and down, we go backwards, forwards. We won't be consistent. Okay. You get the same hit of dopamine in your head from telling people that you're going to start something than you do from actually getting to that point. Okay. So if I was to tell you, like, I'm gonna like, get six pack lean. I'm gonna get absolutely shredded. You're gonna see striations in all of my muscles. I'm gonna be massive. I'm gonna be the next, Mr. Olympia. Me telling you that will set off the same level of dopamine to me actually doing that thing and actually getting to that point. Okay. So why? Like, why do the work to get to that point if you can just tell people that you're gonna do it and still feel the same way? Because that goes, right? That will, that will go, and then the reality will hit of you being like, okay, it's not just motivation that is the key to this. Because you'll feel motivated, you'll tell everyone you'll feel great. And then a few weeks down the line, when people forget about it and you start to forget about it, the motivation will dip. And that's where so many people come off. That is the key to keeping consistent. Okay. To getting to that point and being like, right, the hype's gone, the hacks have gone, all the new stuff is gone. Now it's time to knuckle down and be like, right, I'm going to stay consistent here. And this is where most people drop off. And I'm not going to be most people. I'm not going to follow that dopamine rush of just telling people I'm going to do it and then falling off. I'm going to do it when nobody's watching. I'm going to do it when it's cold, when it's dark, when it's windy, when most people are in bed, when most people are going to say, no, I can't be bothered, or I'm too tired. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start taking the actions of that person, that version of me that I want to get to 5 years down the line, because they would do it. So I'm going to do it too. Again, anyone can smash it. Anyone can smash the plan when it's easy. All right, when everything's in line, when when your day's lined up, when you've got a day off work, when the kids are away, when it's really easy, anyone can do it. Okay, but they're not the times that transform people. The times that transform people we just talked about, when it's dark, when it's cold, when it's rainy, when the conditions are so against you and you still get up and you still get it done just for consistency. All right. On those moments, it's important to know that you don't have to go and have the best workout of your life. You don't always have to smash it and be better than last time, be better than last time, although people do say that, right? It's just about consistency. I say it a lot. I'd rather you have, like, 100 workouts that were like 60% to 80% in terms of effort than 10 workouts at 100%. Okay. It's not about the perfect workout once in a while. It's about okay workouts consistently. All right. So it's about getting it done when things are hard, when things are tough, when, it's stacked against you and you don't want to do it. It's about showing up when you don't want to do it. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. This is from James Clear, a book called Atomic Habits. This is for like building any habit really, but it does apply a lot to fitness because that is like one of the biggest habits that people want to build is going to the gym, eating well. And they are habits. That version of you 5 years from now, it is a habit for them. They're not waking up every day and thinking, oh, I've got to force myself to do this. It just becomes part of their life. It's success through identity. Okay, so if you just become the person that trains, if you become the person that eats well, if you become the person that sleeps, gets good sleeps, you're not forcing it anymore. It just becomes part of you. It just becomes a habit, and it doesn't matter what the weather's like outside. It doesn't matter how you're feeling. Like today, for example, as you can see, maybe you can see I'm sat on the floor because my back is killing me. Right? Had quite a big session yesterday, quite a lot of deadlifts. I might have done a deadlift badly, and I've hurt my back. And I really didn't want to go in today, but we've just got back from the gym. We just got it done because that's just who I am, who we are. We just get it done. It's like it's not a question of like, oh, I really need to force myself. I'm going to give my an excuse today. It's just built into every single day. It's a non-negotiable for every single day. So you get it done no matter what the circumstances. Was it the perfect workout? Like, did I smash it? Did I push myself to my limits? No, I didn't, but I still got in. I still got it done. I kept consistent because if you come off that consistency, it takes twice the level of effort to get back in that momentum. Okay. So we need to start making consistency your system. All right. Because at the moment, if you're new to this or you're struggling right now, your system, well, consistency probably isn't built into your system. Your system is probably to stay comfortable. Your system is probably to stay up, watch another episode. Your system is to, say you're too busy for the gym. And I get it, it happens. It happens to everyone at every single level. But once it's built in, it happens a lot less. Once consistency is built into your system and that's just your base level, it's like, yep, that's what I do. I wake up, I go to the gym, I get it done, I go to work. I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I go to the gym, I come back home. If it's in your habit, if it's in your day to day and it's built into your system, Consistency is much easier than you think it is. Okay, so we want to start doing that now. Like, how do we build that consistency? It's honestly a couple of months of hard work. And I talk about this in, I think it's the next slide. It's not a quick fix. Again, I remind you, it's not a bandage. It's not like a quick thing that you can just do and overnight it's going to be fine. It's a long-term goal. Consistency is built over months and years, not just days and hours. Okay. So the three traits of the version of you who just gets it done. Okay. The three traits of the person who has built consistency into their system, who's regular with it, who is just habits. You don't have to think about it. It doesn't matter about all these external factors. It's just something you do. It's the person that you identify as. I'm just someone that goes to the gym. I'm just someone that counts my calories, that eats right, that eats the right amount of fiber, hits my protein every single day. That person has three traits. Okay. The first one is just making it easy to start. Okay. So don't wait for perfection. Just get it done. Okay. Now is the time of year that everyone stops. Everyone gives up over this next couple of months. November, December, October, November, December, everyone gives up. Everyone stops because Christmas is coming up, because the New Year's coming up, new start, all that crap, you know. I'll talk about this as it comes in, like as we get closer to it, as we get closer to the like New Year and Christmas. I'll talk about tactics of how not to let that happen. And I'll talk about it again in January, how people start and then they give up. Okay. So right now is the hardest time to start and it's the hardest time to stay consistent. All right. Think about it. If your current situation isn't perfect, if your current situation is busy, think back years, however long you want to. When was it perfect? Like, when did you have nothing on? When were you never busy? You were never not busy, right? You always have something on. Something's happening. All your problems are as big as your problems now as they were last year. You've just forgotten about them. Okay. And it's going to be the same next month. It's going to be the same the month after that. It's going to be the same November, December. It's going to be the same in January, February, March. Every single month is going to be very, very, very busy. All right. Do not be the person that says, right, this month, this time of the month is this time of the year is the busiest time of the year. So I'm gonna come away from it. I'm gonna stop because I promise you, it never gets easier. It's always busy. It's always hard to start because it's not a habit, because the consistency isn't your system at the moment. This is your system. Your system is to think that everything's busy and put this on the back burner. Put yourself on the back burner. Put your health on the back burner. Okay. We don't want to do that anymore. We want to put that at the forefront. Okay. We want to start building in that consistency every single day so it becomes part of your system. Remember, 10 minutes is better than zero, like my workout today, because of my back. Was it perfect? No. Did I have to skip over some things? Yes, but I still got it done. I still got the consistency in there. Because when you come away from it, it's very easy to stop, and then it's 10 times harder to get back into it. Momentum over motivation. Remember, motivation does this. It goes up and down, up and down. If we relied on that, we'd start, we'd stop, we go forwards, we go backwards. Momentum is like this. Doesn't matter about the external factors. Doesn't matter what people are saying. Doesn't matter about how you're feeling. We keep that momentum going, whether that's 10 minutes, whether that's an hour, whether that's 2 hours. Remember, we shoot for the ceiling every single day. When you're feeling great, we shoot for the ceiling. But every day that we're not feeling great, we do the minimum. We do the floor. Okay. We go to the gym. We count the calories. We go for a walk. If that's your floor, great. If it's lower, maybe it's time to up your floor. If you're hitting your floor every single day and you're still feeling like, oh, this is sluggish, I'm not feeling great, it's time to up it. It's time to push yourself a little bit. And you can't steer a parked car. If you don't like the direction that you're going, you need to start moving. Okay, because you can't steer it when you're not doing anything. Okay, so get that momentum going. Start doing something. Don't wait for the perfect time. Get it done and start turning it into the right direction. Number two is stop negotiating with yourself. Okay, this is the biggest one, in my opinion. This one I like suffered with. It's one I talk to a lot of people that suffer with. Saying that you'll go later, it does mean you won't go. And I do say this to everyone. Like when I say, when are you going to the gym this week? And you say, oh, I think I'm probably going to go Tuesday. I think I'm going to go Friday. And I say, what time? Or are you definitely going to go? Because you need to be specific. Because if you say, I think I'm going to go Tuesday and I think I'm going to go Friday, you'll get to Tuesday and you'll think, oh, you know what? I don't have time to say, I'll probably go tomorrow. You get to Wednesday, oh, I don't know. I don't have time now. I can't do it today. So I'll probably go Friday. And you'll do the same thing. All right. Be as specific as you can. I am going to go Friday. I'm going to go Friday at 3 p.m. And that is it. Like there's no, I think I might go, I'll try and go. No, you are going to go. That is it. You've built it into your calendar, you've built it into your diary. Stop negotiating with yourself because that wiggle room, you will always lose with that wiggle room. I'll go later, I'll push it back, I'll push it back, I'll push it back. Gone. Okay. Your brain will always bargain for comfort. It's always, always, always your default for everyone, no matter what level you're at. If you're not specific with it, it will always push you towards the comfort, which is not going to the gym, which is getting the takeaway, which is making the unhealthy decision. Okay. And yes, we want some flexibility. Of course, we want flexibility, but we want 80% of that to be positive. We want 80% of that to be specific in terms of what we're going to have for dinner, when we're going to go to the gym, what we're going to train. Be as specific as possible so you can stop negotiating with yourself. You can't let that voice win anymore. That little voice in your head that's telling you, stay home, you don't have time, you shouldn't do this, you're too tired. That is the voice that's keeping you stuck. All right. And it will always be there, but the more you stay consistent, the quieter it'll get, the further away it'll get. Okay. So it's time to stop that voice. It's time to shut that voice up. Right. Winners act first and think later. Just get it done. Because if you sit like this and you think, oh, should I go? Shouldn't I go? I'm actually quite tired. Oh, my back does hurt a little bit. The more you think about it, the louder that voice gets, the more the more likely you are just to stay at home and not do anything. Okay. So act first and think about it later. Because I promise, if you go and you get it done, the way you'll be viewing it, the way you'll be thinking about it later will be in a much more positive light. You'll feel a lot better about it. Number three, think long term. Again, it's not a bandage, not a quick fix. Consistency is built in months, not days. It's about getting it done and forcing yourself to do it over and over and over again for the first couple of weeks and months. That's it. That's as long as it takes to build consistency. After that, it gets a lot easier. Why? Because then consistency is built into your system. Okay. And it just goes round and round and round. And it's very, very easy to then do the same thing and do the same thing and do the same thing. Yes, granted, sometimes it gets a little bit boring, but that's what gets you results. It's the boring consistency that gets you to where you want to be. Remember, always have that thought. The person that you want to be 5 years from now, are they consistent or do they rely on motivation? Chances are they're probably consistent, right? So, missing one session does not ruin progress. Okay, if you miss one session, that's okay. Like I said, I'd rather you do like 80, what did I say? 80 like workouts out of 100, so you miss 20 with 70% effort. Okay. One doesn't do anything. Okay. You do not need to strive for perfection. Just stay consistent. Yes, fine, you missed a workout. It happens. That doesn't matter. What does matter is what you do next. Whether you write off the whole week, say it was useless, perfectionist mindset, you know, "Oh, I'm just not going to do it. I'll start again next week. I'll start again in January. I'll start again next year. This year's been a write-off." Don't do that because that's what keeps you stuck. It's not the workout that you missed. It's not the thing that you screwed up yesterday. It's what you do next that keeps you stuck. Okay. And every rep, every time you go to the gym, that is a vote for your future self. There's two versions of your future self. The one that stays in their comfort zone, the ones that like lets that voice, the bargaining voice in their head win and pushes them towards comfort and keeps doing the things that are keeping them comfortable in the now, in the present moment, but uncomfortable in the long run. And then there's that version of yourself that doesn't let that voice win, that stays consistent, that does the stuff even though they don't feel like it, even because of the external factors. And that is the person that you want to be. That's the person who is fit, who's healthy, who's happy, who's confident. Think of all of those traits that you want to have, that you want to be. That version of yourself stays consistent. That version of yourself, every rep that you do, every workout that you do, every calorie you track, every time you stay consistent, that is a vote for you becoming that person. So there are two people, and every decision you make is a vote for that version or for that version. So every time there's a decision, just think about that. Which vote do you want to cast for that one? So now it's your turn. Okay, so in the WhatsApp chat after this, I want you to go in there and I want you to say what you usually negotiate with yourself. So, what do you usually negotiate with yourself? Is it the gym? Is it calorie tracking? Is it takeaway? Is it lying in, like sleeping in? Is it going to bed late? Is it staying up and scrolling? And what's well, one small thing that you want to, or the version of you that gets it done is doing this week? Okay, that maybe you weren't going to do. Maybe you were going to let it slip before watching this call. So what's one thing that you normally negotiate with yourself with, and what's one small thing that you're going to get done this week that you know that that version of yourself gets done that maybe you weren't going to do this week? And remember, it's not just this week, because again, it's built over weeks, it's built over months, it's built over years. If you commit to it this week, you're committing it to it next week, and you're committing to it the week after that. Remember, flexibility over rigidity. So if you do have a week that doesn't really go that well, that's okay. If you stayed consistent to the best of your ability, fine. Remember, that doesn't matter. If that was bad, whatever. Draw a line, write it off. It's cool. Doesn't matter what happened before. What happens is what you do next. So, in the WhatsApp chat, one thing that you normally negotiate yourself with, and one thing that you weren't going to get done this week, but that version of yourself definitely gets done. Okay, so a quick recap here before we sign off. The three traits that that version of yourself does, that is where you want to be. Makes it easy to start. Okay, don't wait for perfection. Don't think, oh, it's really busy at this time of year. I'm going to come away from it. Know that there's never going to be a perfect time to start or to even carry on. Things are always going to be busy. Things are always going to get busier. Do it now so you can build consistency into your system, make it a habit, and it'll be much easier. Number two is stop negotiating with yourself. If you say you're going to go later, you would never go. Be very, very specific as when you're going to go to the gym, what you're going to be doing. Get that as clear in your head as you can. I promise you, it'll be very, very easy to then stick to it rather than just being very wishy-washy with, I might go this day, I might go this time, I might go then. Stop doing that. Be very specific. Put it in your calendar, write it down, get it on paper in front of you so you can see it. Number three, always think long term. This is not a quick fix. Consistency is built over months. It's not built over days. All right. Flexibility over rigidity. Just missing one session doesn't matter. It's what you do next. It's how you reply to that. It's how you reply to that action. Right. I'm gonna do everything in my power to not let that happen again. I'm gonna make sure the way I respond to this is the way that that version of myself, who's where I want to be, will respond to this. Okay. It just matters what you do next. Every rep is a vote for your future self. Two versions of that. Every decision, just think about which vote you're casting. So I hope this helped, guys. Chuck that in the WhatsApp chat after this. I'd love to hear um, what you normally negotiate with and what that task that your future self is getting done this week that maybe you weren't going to be getting done. If you're watching this recording, any questions, let me know. Chuck them in the WhatsApp chat. If you're watching this live, any questions, chuck them in the WhatsApp chat as well. I hope this helped, guys, and I will see you on the next one.